The Moto E6 is coming to Metro by T-Mobile this Monday, the 26th of August, and today we're going to do a special edition of Compare and Contrast on related budget smartphones that is currently on the Metro by T-Mobile line. So stay tuned as we look into the surprising comparisons of the recent budget smartphones that Metro has to offer. So before we begin, let me tell you more about the Moto E6. I just recently got this phone this morning just to tell you about what the phone is and what it looks like. And if you haven't looked into the description down below of what the specs it has on the Moto E6, I'll leave a video link at the bottom of the video. And just to give a quick look, this is what the box looks like. The Moto E6. Very nice. And then on the back, it tells you right there of the recent features that it has. Yep, it has 4G LTE. And then just to give you quick specs, so I'm not going to read them all. And then if you want to see what the phone looks like right here, I have the dummy display right there. And it tells you right there that it has a 5.45-inch screen, is a high definition plus max view display. And of course, you got the water repellent, fast focus, 13 megapixel point detection autofocus camera. And also it has a long-lasting all-day battery. If you look into the back right here, this is what the phone's going to look like. And it is confirmed we're going to have a navy blue color with a single camera right there. And one thing to mention is that there's no notch at the phone. So over here, I actually printed out the comparison in which the video is going to be about. And we're going to compare 2 or 3 other budget smartphones that Metro by T-Mobile has to offer. And then the Moto E6, as you can see, is right here. This is what the phone looks like. And then on the back right there, there is your 13 megapixel rear camera with a point detection autofocus, and then has an LED flash embedded. And on the front end, this is going to be the 5 megapixel front facing camera with a selfie flash included. And then what's so awesome about this phone is that it says it'll have a longer lasting battery right there. And then for display resolution, it has 1440 by 720. So what's also cool about this phone is that it even records up to 1080p. That's one thing I want to mention, that if you're going to record a YouTube video or any kind of videos right there, you have the option to record up to 720 and 1080p, even though it doesn't have 4K. Still, it's a very good resolution to have, especially now that Motorola has that kind of feature embedded into its camera. And to start off round 1, we're going to compare the Moto E6 with the Alcatel One X. So the Moto E6 is on your left and Alcatel One X is on your right. And here are the current comparisons. So first off, let's just say that the Alcatel One X is usually your first smartphone that you want to choose as a lower entry phone. However, what's so great about these phones is that the Moto E6 is 10 times more superior than Alcatel One X. And so first off, what's similar about them is that they both have 2 gigabits of internal memory as well as 16 gigabits of internal storage. However, the Moto E6 wins by a unanimous vote against the Alcatel One X because the E6 can store up to 256 of micro SD storage, so that's plenty of storage to choose from, versus your typical 32 gigs of storage on the Alcatel One X. The differences between those two is that you'll have different operating systems. So Android Pie wins over Oreo, so winner right there is Moto E6. Battery power is a lot better, so Moto E6 wins over Alcatel One X. And Moto E6 wins over Alcatel One X by the screen size, and both of them do not have notches, so that's good to hear for those who don't like notches on their phones. And overall, Alcatel One X is not waterproof. Same goes to the Moto E6. Give or take, basically Moto E6 is way better than Alcatel One X, just so you know, because the Alcatel One X is almost as similar as the Coolpad Defiant, where the storage and memory has been doubled. However, it is not a very good smartphone to have if you want to start a new line of search with Metro. I've heard people say that the Alcatel One X pretty much, it's a sucky phone, and it's pretty much similar to like a kiddie phone where you won't be able to watch YouTube videos, download, play games, all that kind of stuff. As for processing speed, the Moto E6 wins over the Alcatel One X because the processor is horrible on the One X, so it's not really good, and the Moto E6 definitely wins because that's Qualcomm versus MediaTek. And to start off round 2, we're going to do the E6 versus the Galaxy J2 to see how it compares better. Now again, here's the comparison to the Moto E6 over here. And on your right is the J2, which tells you the comparison as well. And before anything else, let me tell you right there, the E6 is 0.5 inches bigger than the J2, plus it does have a better operating system, and so the battery life is a lot better. And the J2, however, it's not a bad smartphone, but I would say the J2 is better than the Samsung Galaxy J3. However, the Moto E6 wins over the J2 by battery life, storage, and front-facing camera as well. Now, the front-facing camera, they're both 5 megapixels, so that's a tie between the two. That's my mistake on my part. However, the rear camera on the back is a lot better on the E6 than on the J2. So the display resolution is very bad on the J2, but the Moto E6 is 10 times better right there. Just to compare these two phones, the winner is Moto E6, so sorry J2. It's a very good smartphone, especially if you're still a fan of Samsung, but Motorola wins over this. Now let's do comparison on the Moto E6 versus the Fox Mirror. So let's start round 3. Over here you have the specs on the Fox Mirror right here, which is on my right, and then Moto E6 always on the left. And to be honest with you, these are quite different right here. So we can tell right now that Moto E6 wins over Fox Mirror where it comes to the camera. And surprise, surprise, that the processor on the Fox Mirror is a 210 Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. However, the Moto E6, as you can see right here, this one has 430, and this one is a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core versus quad-core. So we can see that Moto E6 wins over Fox Mirror for processing and speed. As it comes to memory itself, they're both the same. However, when it comes to expandable storage, Moto 6 wins over Fox Mirror. Moto 6 wins over Fox Mirror again when it comes to operating system, so it's Android Oreo versus Android Pie. When it comes to Androids, 9.0 is better than 8.1, just so you know. Moto E6 wins, so congrats. And battery itself, not too shabby. Like I said, Moto E6 is superior against the Fox Mirror, and it's way better phone than pricing. And just so you know that the E6 has a longer lasting battery that's like already 24 hours. Fox Mirror may last you less, so I'm not really sure how the battery life is. It may be a lot poorer, and some people have told me on social media that they are not a big fan of this phone, and it's usually just your run-of-the-mill budget smartphone that's literally very cheap, and the plastic, it's horrific, and yeah, it's a very slow phone. So just so you know, if you have a Fox Mirror right now, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the phone. Overall, Moto E6 wins again against Fox Mirror, not only in pricing but also specs. And round 4, we're going to compare the Moto E6 and the Arista 3. And as you can see here, the Arista 3 is on your right, Moto E6 on your left, and here are the current specs on the LG Arista phone, just so you know. What's surprising is that the Arista 3 has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor. It's still almost as better than the E6, but the E6 is more superior because E6 runs a Snapdragon 435 processor, which means you have octa-core versus quad-core, so give or take, I'm going to give them a draw for processing speed, so it's not too bad. However, Moto E6 wins over expandable storage, but it's a draw for the RAM and the memory itself. The operating system, E6 is more superior than the Arista 3. At least when it comes to battery power, Moto E6 wins over the Arista 3 as well, because 2500 versus 3000 mAh battery, you can say that Moto E6 wins over them. Not only in battery life, but also durability. When it comes to the screen size, Arista 3 not too bad, 5.0 high definition IPS TFT, but if you want a bigger screen, I would definitely go with the Moto E6. When it comes to the camera, however, the Arista 3 does take very good pictures, almost similar as the Moto E6. However, the E6 has point detection autofocus, except for the Arista 3, where it just have a 13 megapixel cameras. As you can see, we're gonna give them a draw both on the Arista 3 for the Moto E6, so they both win when it comes to camera specs, not too bad. And when it comes to processing and operating system, 9.0 is more superior than Oreo, so Moto E6 wins. And last but not least, we're going to compare the Arista 3 Plus, which is the latest version of the Arista series, versus the Moto E6, so let's take a look at that. Now on the comparison sheet, it doesn't show the specs for the Arista 3, but it's almost similar. And as you can see here, that they both have the same specs on the camera, believe it or not. E6 and Arista 3, they both win because they both have point detection autofocus and a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, so that's amazing. As for the Arista 3, it says that they both have the same memory and speed as well, 16 gigabits of ROM versus 2 gigabits of RAM. They both win, believe it or not. Now, when it comes to security, the Moto E6 and the Arista 3 are different. Arista 3 has both a fingerprint reader for opening your phone with your fingerprint and facial recognition. The Moto E6 doesn't have that, and Arista 3 wins over security overall. When it comes to the screen size, however, E6 wins over Arista 3, and if you want maybe a bigger phone for entertainment, no notch, E6 is the place to go. Arista 3 wins over security, and also Arista 3 Plus is better than the Arista 2 and the Arista 1. And there you have it. We just finished the comparison of the competitive phones we have right there. Now, if you're looking for the cheapest option for a budget smartphone, Fox Mirror or the Alcatel One X is your best bet. But if you're looking for better storage and entertainment quality, the E6 or the Arista 3 Plus will be the best option for you. And I'll tell you right now that the E6 may have that 16 gigabits and 2 gigabits of storage and memory together, even though all of them have them in general, except for the Alcatel One X. But other than that, give or take, let me know what you think of these smartphones. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for the latest information. Tell me if you have one of these phones, especially the Moto E6 now that it comes on Monday, and if you still have an old Arista or the Samsung and the Fox Mirror or Alcatel One X, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of today's video. And yeah, let me know definitely what you like about the specs, and if you have any of these phones right there, as you can see on the screen, send me a shout out right in the comment section down below what you think about these phones, what you like about them, what you hate about them, what's one thing you actually enjoy about comparing these smartphones right there, because whatever phone you want to get or what price you're looking into, I would say the unlimited plan is best for you if you wanted to start a new line of service at a cheaper rate. And as I said before, Fox Mirror and One X may be your best bet if you're looking for something cheap, or if you want to get a flip phone, which I totally do not recommend. And to just keep this simple, the E6 from Motorola, the Arista 3 Plus from LG, and the J2, which is the Galaxy series from Samsung, those budget smartphones on your left, is a better phones. They are way better phones than the Arista, the Mirror, or the One X if you want to do more than just talk and text. It's good for social media and simple gaming. And if you're planning to buy any of these phones when you start a new line with Metro by T-Mobile, definitely come check out your local Metro by T-Mobile store, see if you have that phone available. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a comparison edition of Compare and Contrast on Cesar Goods Tech, and this is your boy Cesar G signing off. Peace out, everyone. Take care. Have a good weekend. Adieu for now.